Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for the spectacle that is the Hammer Down Racing Series. Tonight we have a date with a very special lady, a lady whose curves make suitors awe and tremble. But beware, there's danger in those curves. Push the envelope too much and she will wreck your world. She isn't the lady called the Lady in Black for nothing. Trust me when I say you do not want to kiss from this lady. She will leave a mark, and not in a good way. Let's face it, you can't tame this gal. What's the name of this lady? Why, it's Darlington Raceway, the track too tough to tame. And it's got some egos to crush. The driver who comes out with the fewest scrapes and bruises can consider themselves lucky. And who will be that lucky driver? It's time to find out. Good evening, everyone. I am Canute, HDRS Canute 907. Joining me in the booth here is ShadyAcres. Shady, good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, man. Good evening. How we doing tonight? How we doing?
We're doing still reeling from an eventful Xfinity Series race last night. I apologize for your troubles last night. Losing power mid-race has gotta suck.
Well, especially when you're running in a top 10.
Yeah. I was hurting for you. And to be honest, my finishing position last night, I got a top 10, but it was top 10 by default after we had 5 drivers fall out one way or another. But you know what?
Take it how you can get it, man. You take it how you can get it.
I agree. But now it's time to go Cup Series racing. Here at the egg-shaped Darlington Raceway, the track too tough to tame. Shady, you got a little bit of information on this race, on this track?
Well, at Darlington at its greatest, man, we are going to have it's going to be a long. These guys, they're going to want to sit in and buckle up and get ready for the long haul. We're going to have about 184 laps around this track tonight. And Darlington, as you said, man, it's got that egg-shaped look to it. It has that egg shape to it. So there's 2 totally different ends of the track, 2 totally different corners. Your car can be great in one corner, not so good in the other corner. But either which way, there's not if anybody's ever been on this track, you remember from last night very well. Very, very skinny. Not much room to make a pass. Very easy to make a mistake, especially getting up there. I would bet that a lot of these guys are going to have a Darlington stripe before the end of this night.
Oh, okay. So we just got invites. So we looks like
we're going to get ready to go green here. I believe any moment.
Yep, and looks like we are underway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a spectacle that is the Hammer Down Racing Series, coming to you live from the egg-shaped Darlington Raceway. Starting on pole is Death Before Dishonor, and he will be leading them to the green. Watching Silent Stream, they are already underway with a little bit of delay. They're heading into turn 1 and 2 with Death in the lead. And here we are live now. Oh, car around already. Looks like that was the 12 machine of a Visceral Killer. I didn't see who else was involved there, but an accident already on lap 1. But it looks like we are still green. Let's see if I can cycle around.
Visceral, he's all right. He just needs to calm down, settle in. We're just started this race, so there's plenty of time. He's going to get that back easily. Even if he were to go a lap down, we're going to have cautions in this race. We got the stage brakes, and we might be under caution now as already. Yep, we're
Manual
under
caution. It's a manual caution. So
the manual caution.
So the manual cautions in the Hammer Down Racing Series, here's how it works. It's if there's 2 or more cars involved in an accident and the game doesn't throw a caution, series directors will call a manual caution, where the leader will slow down to pace speed. Everyone will get a chance to pit under the situation called a quickie yellow. Whether you're on the lead lap or a lap down, like I said, everyone will have a chance to pit. Looks like the only driver that's staying out right now is going to be silenced. He's one of the strongest contenders for the Hammer Down Racing Series Cup Championship. But
he's looking for track position there. He's staying out, and he's going to get that. He's looking for track position, probably banking on the fact that we're going to have several cautions. So, you know what? Good call. I would say stay on out, get track position. You're going to take the green as a leader. You're going to have track position, and then hammer it down, knowing that there's probably going to be follow-up cautions to this. So, very good call on Silence's part, I believe.
I agree 100%. But yeah, after green after the pit stops are made, lead lap drivers and lap drivers pitting together, all the drivers will come out of the pits and assume formation on the backstretch, as actually Silence is heading into turn 3. The choose rule is in effect here, as the guys will line up, and it looks like the 88 machine is in second.
And that is right. That's going to be Hothead, I believe, in the 88, isn't it?
That's right. It'll be Silenced, Rye, Death Before Dishonor, and it looks like, is that Bad Dad Biker? And yeah, it is Bad Dad Biker lining up on the inside of row 3, and the number 10 machine. Oh no, sorry, that's a 14 machine of King Pile. Sorry, I get confused with that Smithfield paint scheme there sometimes.
And I tell you what, you mentioned Biker on this, and he's going to be my dark horse tonight. I'm going with Biker as my dark horse. I'll tell you that he's good. That's the only pick I'm going to make. I'm going with a dark horse, and be that at Biker. I want to see Biker get a win here. He was very, very fast at practice, qualified very well. He knows how to get around this track, man. I keep your eye on Biker tonight. I see him getting into victory lane tonight.
Yeah, I agree 100% there. A guy that I want to keep an eye on is Frankenstein. I mean, he's had moments. Oh, the game called an actual caution. Okay, yeah. Then.
I thought so, because they were going real slow on that.
So we are back under green here. Silence leading Rye and Death Before Dishonor heading into turns 1 and 2. You'll notice these cars getting straightened out fairly quickly with this track being so narrow. Oh, as Death Before Dishonor gets into King Pile. No contact with the wall there from King Pile on the backstretch, and the 2's around. Frankenstein, he collects the 24 machine, as well as a slew of others, including the 17. But we stay under green again. I think there's going to be, I don't know if there's going to be another manual caution call, but yeah, that's unfortunate for Frankensteinson.
Yeah, Jared in the 17 also has damage.
Dunlap also sustaining heavy damage on the front end of his number 32 Ford Mustang. And he's going to be playing catch-up here as we continue to be under green. Death Before Dishonor now takes over the lead. Silence running in second with the number 8 machine of Dark Knight running in third.
And the Dark Knight, our defending champion in the Hammer Down Cup League. He's always going to be one to beat, especially here at Darlington. Very experienced. And here comes the Dark Knight looking underneath of the 6 of Silence now. He's going for second spot now.
Dark Knight down on the inside. Silence up into the wall. He's got to let off and let Biker by in 1 and 2.
Oh, Silence up in the wall.
That allows KSJ to get by, as well as Rye. King Pile falling in behind.
Yeah, he got big. He was the biggest loser in that, as he had to check up big, so he didn't get involved in big melee there. Lost a couple of spots, but he's all right. He'll get that back. He's only fallen back to about 7th position, so he's all right. But he definitely was up there in the top 5, so he's kind of the biggest loser in that little mix-up there.
Yep, King Pile is in 7th. Silence falls back to 6th. So that's Rye in 5th, KSJ in 4th, and Biker trying to play catch-up to the number 8 machine of Dark Knight, and it looks like he's starting to close in.
Yep, Biker in that 38, looking very strong in this early going. I like it. I like that. I'm going him as my dark horse and my only pick. I'm not even having another pick on that. Going straight for the dark horse and Biker. Looking very good. Looks very smooth going around these corners here at Darlington. Very smooth. That's what you want.
The only guy that I was actually able to practice with throughout this week, as far as guys from the Cup Series is concerned, is Death Before Dishonor, and he's not any slouch for any reason at this racetrack. With putting up the sole fast lap on the leaderboard, representing Hammer Down Racing Series. I think that he's going to be the one to beat, but I'm definitely not going to count out the number 8 machine of Dark Knight.
And Death Before Dishonor, as you know, for our top 2, Death in first and Dark in second. Both of them have a win under their belts already in this season. So we'll see if Biker there in third can be the next one to grab a W, but as he said, as Death Before Dishonor, checking out here a little bit. He's got a little bit of a breathing room, as we got Frankensteinson in the 2 coming down pit road now. This is an unscheduled pit stop, as he has heavy damage to that number 2 Ford, as Dunlap also in the 32 down pit road. So some not unscheduled pit stops going early here at Darlington.
Well, don't forget that Frankensteinson and Dunlap were both involved with that non-call caution there a few laps ago. And it looks like the 24 of Collins, nope, he's going to stay on the racetrack. But yeah, the number 24 machine of Collins, he got up into the wall there and had to let the 17 machine of Titanic Joe by. Or excuse me, it's nope, sorry, that's the 17 of Jared. And it looks like Jared is starting to lag a little bit. But yeah, move Jared up a position.
Yep. We're kind of going through the field that Titanic Joe isn't in the field tonight.
Nope, Titanic Joe and Twoon both missing the race. Actually, I think Titanic Joe vacated the 17 seat so that he could run in lower series.
Okay.
But yeah, both 2 guys that are missing from tonight's race for sure are the 2 Haas drivers that are not in the field, being Icy Era as well as Twoon the Hoon. Or Mr. Twoon.
Oh, so we have a little bit of a lighter field, missing some guys tonight, but that's okay. These guys are really racing hard and putting on a good show so far. These guys, and the 2 is around. 2 is around. Big wreck. Visceral gets involved in it, and coming off of turn 4.
And Visceral collects the 17 machine as well. That should bring out the caution. Yes, it
That
does.
does. That definitely brought out the caution.
Oh,
As
tough
it,
break for both the 12 of Visceral Killer as well as the two Frankensteins, and both are struggling here tonight.
and the two, I'm not sure if he clipped the apron or what happened, but he went sideways in turn 3, and he was almost laying on the train track sideways as the 12 of Visceral had nowhere to go, absolutely nowhere to go, with the two sideways right in front of him, and there was a T-bone, and I don't mean of the steak variety, but there was a T-bone, and unfortunately they got collected. But the good news is caution did come out. Hey, these guys are going to be able to get down pit road, get some freshies on, fix some damage, and get back out full steam.
Quick little shout out, Travis Pyatt, raced with us in season 2 and earlier this season in season 4. We do miss you, Scoop. It's good to see you healthy and in high spirits, and we look forward to racing with you again sometime soon.
Another big wreck. 24's around.
Visceral Killer involved as well again. It's got to be frustrating for that number 12 Menards Ford Mustang driver.
I didn't see exactly what happened. Just saw him spin in the back, and 24 got involved. And did you say it was a 12 of Visceral that got involved? The 12
of Visceral Killer. I didn't see any damage this time, but it's so easy to get involved in accidents with how narrow this track is in the corners, and plus how easy it is to get involved in the accidents because of spins from that apron. We talk about the butter at almost every single racetrack. Frankly, I don't think there's any racetrack that is more treacherous in this game than Darlington Raceway. As we go back to racing, Dark Knight leads Hothead as well as Death Before Dishonor, and Jared, he ends up on the apron. Now, it looks like he's lagging quite badly. So
right, I think he jumped down to the apron with a lag issue, let the guys go around, so he didn't affect any of these other guys with the lag. So much respect for Jared, making sure that he didn't have any issues getting into anybody with some lag, and hopefully that gets worked out as these guys are now back to green and get some laps under their belt.
Death Before Dishonor running in third behind Hothead as well as Dark Knight, and Death taking a look heading into turn 3. Will he make it stick? Down there in turn 3, he has the advantage coming off before, and he'll bring Silence with him.
Yeah, but Hothead on that 88 gets that run of momentum coming down off of the turn 4 down the front straightaway, but here comes Death, able to clear him going into turn 1.
And Silence will clear him
up into the wall.
Oh!
And they're spinning big wreck back in the back.
King Pile involved as well as KSJ. Visceral Killer again.
And 12 of Visceral's back into it, and he seems to be a bit snake bit tonight in that 12 car. Oh man, it's all right. Caution is out. You're gonna be able to get that fixed on up, get the 4 fresh tires back on, regroup, and get back out there 100%. So he just kind of needs to clear his head a little bit. He's been caught up in some stuff, kind of a little bit of a snake bit. Maybe got a little bad luck charm, but he's got to shake off that juju and get his mojo back.
Well, this track, once again, being so difficult, frankly, I don't think that you can really drive this track harder than 90 to 95% in order to be successful. As the Lady in Black is kissing these drivers and basically laying out these bumps and bruises left and right here, and unfortunately Visceral Killer ending up getting the worst of it so far tonight. But we are back racing. Silence up in the wall. That'll allow Death Before Dishonor by, and he'll take a look on the inside of Dark Knight. Little bit of contact. He's able to fall in behind. I saw Silence get into the wall again. But it looks like he's able to continue on, but just can't seem to get out of his own way here.
Yeah, he lost all of his momentum into the wall, and the whole field, just like the train, just got up underneath of him. So he's the same. He's gotten back. He's right there, tucked in behind the 14 of file. So he's all right. Just had to Abe just went and let and 24 back around in front of the field.
Yep, the camera was rated on him. King Pile involved. The 88 of Hothead involved there as well. Looks like Jared gotten a piece of it as well. Tough start tonight.
And Collins his troubles that he had last night seemed to follow him into the Cup. He had his hands full last night in the Xfinity Series, and hopefully he has a little bit better luck here in his 24 Cup car. That time, all of a sudden, that back end just spun right around on him. I'm not sure if he clipped the apron, but that back end just came right around on him, and he was just hanging on for the ride.
So, looks like we will have ourselves about 15 laps once we get back to racing. It is Dark Knight leading. Is that Dunlap back on the lead lap?
Looks like it. And look, he's right there in 4th spot now. There's that 12 car Visceral. And Visceral, good to see him back up there as the caution's played into his hands. I'd like to see that 12 car Visceral stay up into there and have a good run, get some laps and get some momentum and help us with confidence as the 38 and the 48 make contact and then the backstretch. They're able to hold it as the 38 of Biker is going to be unfortunately, the biggest loser on that end, as the 48 and the 38 just kind of got hooked together, and Biker got shuffled all the way back to the back. But that's all right. He's got a fast 38 car. He'll be able to get back up there, no problem. He just needs to kind of regroup himself and just run his line. He knows he's got some speed. He knows he's got a fast car. He'll be all right. He just needs to keep it underneath of him, and he'll be fine. Checking back in here into the lead as Dark Knight currently out in front of the field. Dunlap there in 2nd. Followed by Hothead, Death before Dishonors in 4th, and Visceral running right there in 5th in the top 5. So everything shakes up here at Darlington in a big hurry when you have a caution flag.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to back out there for a second and go dark on the mic. But yes, we are still under green here. Looks like we have about 7-8 laps to go.
Oh no, there goes the 12 car around.
Oh no.
Oh man, he was running 5th too.
Visceral Killer having a rough night still, and we are under caution once again.
Oh man, he was running 5th at the time. Came off a turn 4 and just got real loose, and the back end came around on him. And unfortunately, he does have quite a bit of damage to that 12 car, but he'll be able to get that fixed up here under this caution as we're coming to the end of stage 1 here in the next few laps. So he's got plenty of time. We're only in stage 1. Everybody's got plenty of time. Just kind of need to regroup and kind of get things underneath of them a little bit. Calm down. Get things strung out and get single file a little bit, and just kind of log some laps. No need to be pushing it. These guys just need to show some patience here, log some laps, and that's all you need to do. Just fall in line and log some laps. As Death Before Dishonor and the 48 takes us to green flag as our leader coming out of that pit stop from the caution flag. Dark Knight currently in second as Dark Knight up into the wall and gets up into Death. No harm, no foul there a little bit as it backs up the field though a little. Everybody's right behind them, but everybody is able to hold it. We're looking good, looking good. Death Before Dishonor jumps out into the lead. Dark in second and Dunlap in third. And looks like KSJ in fourth.
Side-by-side action heading into turn 3. Dark Knight will reassume the lead, but here comes Death Before Dishonor coming back on the inside. Death leads coming off of 4, but Dark Knight has the preferred line coming off of turn 4. Here comes Dunlap, maybe trying to get in the mix, as well as KSJ heading into 1 and 2.
Dark Knight got in there a little too heavy, got up into the wall and allowed Death Before Dishonor to regain that lead and clear them, so they're back single file, which is where they really need to be. Just log some laps right now. Just everybody calm down, get some patience, calm down, just log some laps. As I get a lap count for you, we have about 9 laps to go. So we're under 10 laps to go here in stage 1.
9 laps left in this stage. Death Before Dishonor leads Dark Knight in second. Side by side for third. And it looks like, sorry, I'm trying to cycle back around here. KSJ is out in front of the number 32 machine of Dunlap. So the top 4 have broken away. Hothead running in 5th with the number 6 of Silence running in 6th spot.
Well, right now, this is exactly where they all need to be. Just single file, a little spread out. Everybody just having a little bit of patience now. Just kind of settle on in. Just settle on in and just get this stage 1 over and log those laps. Just log some laps. There's still plenty of time left. It seemed like at the beginning of the race, everybody is real jacked up. Seems like everybody's real jacked up. These guys have been off for the past couple of weeks. The past couple of weeks of being off, these guys were just so amped up, ready to go tonight. Now, kind of settle in a little bit, got those butterflies worked out a little bit, and now things are kind of settling in. As Death Before Dishonor and that 48 now has definitely broken free from Dark Knight and has opened up a nice little lead here.
That's right, Death Before Dishonor breaking away. I'm watching the battle for third as KSJ is trying to hold off the 32 of Dunlap, heading off into turn 1. So far, Dunlap trying to follow nose to tail. We'll see if he can get a run heading off of 2 towards 3 and 4. So far, so even. Oh, sorry, we were in 3 and 4, now heading back into turns 1 and 2. But yeah, if you can get that run off of turn 2, you can definitely make up some ground and gain a spot. And here comes Dunlap with a peek down the inside, but he's too far back to make any moves.
And we got about 5 laps to go, so only a handful of laps here in stage 1. So these guys, now things have calmed down a little bit. Things are kind of settling them up underneath of these guys as we come to the end of stage 1.
And it looks like the number 6 machine of Silenced has moved up into the 5th spot. But here comes Dark Knight. He has taken over the lead from Death Before Dishonor. Death isn't laying back, though. He's going to try and see if he can steal this stage win back from the number 8 machine. And here comes 3rd and 4th.
That was almost weird. Well. I'm not exactly sure what happened in the 48, but he was real slow and allowed Dark Knight to just come right up on him and past him. I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
Well, don't forget, there is a glitch coming up off of turn 2 that can literally throw you right into the wall if you don't hit the angle just right. And I'm thinking that may have been what happened to the 48 machine of Death Before Dishonor. And here comes Death coming off of 2. Side by side with Dark Knight as they head towards 3 and 4. What, we got 1 lap left in the stage here after this, or is this coming down to the stage finish? Oh, Dark Knight up in the wall. Here comes KSJ. Jared is stopped down on the inside of 4. Not sure what happened there, but now Dark Knight has fallen back into the 4th spot, allowing Dunlap and KSJ by, and Dunlap's up in the wall.
And this is the last lap of stage 1. So, Death Before Dishonor, he's going to come off of turn 4 now and take the green-white checkered of stage 1.
So, Death Before Dishonor gets the stage win, KSJ in 2nd, Dark Knight 3rd, Dunlap in 4th, and Silenced comes home, or gets 5th place in the 1st stage. So this
With
first... Sorry, go ahead.
Hothead comes in 6th in stage 1.
That's right, Hothead in 6th. Looks like that's King Pilot in 7th, Biker in 8th. Is that, that's Frankensteinson. That might be 9th place with, shoot, I can't really tell with Silence video quality. I can't tell who's in the 10th spot. I think it's Visceral Killer. So Visceral Killer gets the 10th spot in stage 1.
Good for him to come up and get all that back, and to come back and get a top 10 in stage 1. Good for Visceral.
Well, the stage started out rough, but we are set to get started with stage 2. Death Before Dishonor leads KSJ as they head off into turns 1 and 2. Little bit of argy-bargy here as I'm looking back from Death Before Dishonor towards the rest of the field. KSJ holding on tight there off of 2.
Like I said, Canute, you know, at the beginning of this race, it seemed like these guys were really.
KSJ got a little loose there off of 2, made a little contact with the 8 of Dark Knight, and unfortunately got shoved up into the wall, and he has to fall back. And now Dark Knight comes under pressure from Silenced, as well as the 32 of Dunlap. Dunlap is through, and here comes Silence. He's up into 3rd. Up, and there's Biker moving up into the 4th spot now.
There's Biker in that 38 moving up to the 4th. Like I was saying, Canute, at the beginning of this race, we saw it, I think, a little bit last night as well. And these guys have been off for a couple of weeks and just seem really, really amped up and excited as this race began, and they went gung-ho. And now things are calmed down a little bit. They got some laps. Now their things are starting to settle in a little bit, and but it's putting on a good race now so far here in stage 2.
Patience truly is the key when you race here at Darlington Raceway. If you try too hard, as I said in the intro, if you try and push it too hard, you will end up getting into trouble. As King Pile right on the back end of Biker, King Pile in the inside wall.
Oh man, he's going around.
Tough break for the number 14 machine. Tried to see if he could make a move coming off of 2, using the apron in the inside wall to help give himself a run, but just not quite able to make it work as he ends up into the inside wall, the old front stretch pit lane way back in the day.
It looks like he did get a lot of damage to the front of that number 14 Smithfield Ford, but that's okay. We're only in stage 2. We've had quite a few cautions in stage 1. We're bound to have more cautions here in stage 2, along with the stage break, so there's still plenty of time for King Pile to get right back up into it.
So Silence moves his way up into 2nd, with Dunlap now running in the 3rd spot. Dunlap trying to see if he can get a run off of turn 2 right behind Silence here, but looks like Dunlap is going to fall back a little bit and just kind of hold his ground. Let's try and cycle around here. See if we can get some other guys some airtime. Oh, and Visceral Killer's in the wall off of turn 4. Oh, and he collects Death Before Dishonor, our leaders. All involved. Oh, wow. And Visceral just flipped.
And the caution is definitely out on that one.
Oh my gosh, what happened there? Massive incident involving Visceral Killer. He collects Death Before Dishonor as well as Silenced and a couple of other of our leaders, but Visceral Killer definitely ended up with the short end of the stick there, and Visceral's tough night continues. The Lady in Black definitely isn't being kind to these guys tonight.
She wasn't. She wasn't too kind to the Xfinity guys, I can tell you that, and she's certainly not giving up any, not giving any favoritism to the tough guys tonight, I can assure you.
So as we get set to go back to green flag racing, looks like it's going to be Dunlap leading the 38 of Biker as they come across the stripe.
Right, Biker
and
back
that's
up there.
Frankensteinson right up there. He's falling in behind the number 8 machine of Dark Knight. And yes, Travis, I agree. What a wreck as 3 wide off of turn 2.
Oh, that's not going to work.
Nope, the 24 machine got up in the wall. He had to back out of it. So smart move there.
Good call. Good decision on Collins' part.
That's right. So we continue under green. Dunlap leads Biker, Dark Knight.
Stop stealing my pasta.
And the number 2 machine of Frankensteinson there in 4th spot.
Oh, we got, we're only early in stage 2, so we still got about 40 laps left in stage 2, so still plenty of time. I just saw the 12 car get up into the wall there in turn 3 and 4. Lost quite a bit of momentum, but stay keeping it straight. This will be all right. And the number 2 back around into turn 2. Collects a 14, a pile. Big wreck in turn 1 and 2. Caution is out.
That's right, another caution out on the speedway. We still have about 40 laps left in stage 2. We haven't really talked about fuel and tire wear here. At 3 times tire wear, you're looking at about maybe 26, 27, 28 laps of fuel. But tires are definitely a priority as they will wear quickly on this racetrack.
All right, now these guys, they need to get to that pad. We have yet to have a full green flag run. So we have yet to see how things can shake out as far as short pit and whose tires are better than whose. But we're going to go back going green here.
It is Hothead leading Biker across the stripe as we now have make that 38 laps to go in stage number 2. Dark Knight making a move on the inside, but he is not going to be able to complete it. Just didn't quite have the run, and plus being down on that inside, touching the apron, that'll definitely make your car loose. So Dunlap able to clear the 38 car, though, coming off of 4.
And the 2 car, again, as he came off of 2, got real loose coming off of 2. Lost a lot of momentum. Had to check up and let out of the throttle. Lost a lot of momentum. But he's got that thing straightened out and got the wheels back underneath of him, and he's headed back. But he certainly lost a lot of time that he's going to have to make up.
Now the 32 machine of Dunlap taking a look to the inside of Hothead, but nothing doing there off of turn 2, or excuse me, turn 4. Now Dark Knight falling into the clutches of, Dunlap falling into the clutches of Dark Knight as both the 32 machine and the 6 of Silence get up into the wall there. Silence lost a few positions there, so he got the short end of the stick.
I think that was from Dark Knight, as he was side by side with Biker, and Dark Knight ran out of room and bounced off of the wall back down on top of Biker. So a racing incident there here at Darlington, and unfortunately that's what you get here. Just as such, there's just not much room for any give and take, as we just saw there, as Dark Knight just ran out of space, and he didn't even bounce off of the wall but much, but unfortunately just enough to where it's as Biker was at the wrong place at the wrong time. But we saw Biker get shuffled back to the back once, and he came his way back to the field, so he'll have to do it again.
Speaking of guys getting up into the wall, Death Before Dishonor just lost a bunch of positions. Looks like he's fallen back into the 7th or 8th spot right behind KSJ and Collins as they come off of turn 4 now.
And he just needs to get himself back on there. Death Before Dishonor on that 48. You know, it's real easy when you're out front and you know you've got such a great car and you lead so many laps. You win the first stage. You know that you have how good your car is. It's real easy to let things really snowball on you as one bad thing happens and you allow things to just kind of snowball because the frustration can set in real easily when you have such a good car. You know you have such a good car that you just kind of get real frustrated and kind of lose a little bit of patience and just get a little too anxious. As we see, Death Before Dishonor now moving back up one position at a time. Good move on Death, just not allowing that to happen and keeping his mind underneath of him and taking that number 48 back to the front. So we get back up to the front with the leaders.
Oh, little contact. Silence gets in the inside wall once again.
Oh, man.
Oh, tough break for the number 6 machine. Looks like we are still under green, though, as Dunlap continues to lead with the number 88 machine of Hothead in 2nd and Dark Knight in 3rd. Biker still doing well there in the 4th spot in that number 38 sit guard machine.
Now, unfortunately, Silence in that 6. He has a lot of damage to the front hood of that number 6 car. So he is definitely, if there's another caution going to come, Silence is hoping it comes soon, and I hope it does for him.
And Dunlap has pulled out into quite a lead already on Hothead as well as Dark Knight. Dark Knight with a look down on the inside in turns 3 and 4. He may clear. I have to cycle around here.
And he got it. He's in 2nd now, and he's going to chase down Dunlap.
Good call by Hothead to get off the gas there and let him by. And it looks like Death Before Dishonor. Oh, he got loose there off of turn 2, but he's able to reel it back in. He's moved his way back up into 5th. King Pile running in 6th, and KSJ now running in the 7th spot in the number 21 Motorcraft Mustang here. Let's cycle around back to the battle for 2nd here between Dark Knight and Hothead. Through 1 and 2, looks like Hothead starting to lose a little bit of ground, but anything can happen here at this racetrack. If you mess up your line even the slightest bit, it can get you loose, or heaven forbid, spin you right around and put you and a number of other people, as we've seen in this race, put them right into the wall and get massive damage. Death Before Dishonor now making a move on the 38 machine of Biker. He's able to clear him, move up into the 4th spot.
As these guys starting to settle in, riding with Dark Knight, and he certainly is starting to reel in Dunlap just a little bit at a time. starting to reel him in as he's got Hothead in that 88 right on his bumper. As those two guys right now, they're just staying together and hooked up so they could chase this leader back down. As Dunlap was able, out of all that racing that was going on, it was music to Dunlap's ears as he was able to break away a little bit and put some distance in. But slowly but surely, Dark Knight is starting to close that down just a little bit. Right now, he sits about 1.7 seconds back off of Dunlap, and now it's down to 1.6. So he's certainly ringing them in on pretty quick pace here. Now down to 1.4.
So Death Before Dishonor now with a look on the inside of Rye that's Hothead in the 88 machine. Looks like Death Before Dishonor will clear the number 88 machine of Hothead. So move Death Before Dishonor up into third. I said it earlier, don't count Death Before Dishonor out. He is fast. He doesn't drive his cars on ovals as loose as he does on road courses, but he is very, very fast around these ovals, and it looks like Dark Knight able to capitalize on a mistake by Dunlap. So Dark Knight back up in the lead. Dunlap trying to hold off Death Before Dishonor coming off of turn 2 in the battle for a second, but Death Before Dishonor will clear. And Dunlap got in the wall there.
Dunlap went from first all the way back to fourth, so he just needs to regroup and get that car back underneath him, as looks like in that pile.
Yep.
Now looking to get underneath of him.
Yep, that's right. King Pile able to make the move on Dunlap heading into turn 1. So move Dunlap now back into the 5th spot. I'm not sure how much damage that Dunlap got from that incident there, but now he'll be coming under pressure from the 38 machine of Biker.
Bro, don't fight me.
These guys starting to settle in a little bit. Let's see if we can get a lap cap in our laps remaining here in stage 2, as they're coming around now this time by. We'll get a lap count here in just a second.
20 laps. 20 laps left in the stage.
And we actually might get to a round of green flag pit stops with 20 laps left to go. These guys should be pitting probably in the next 4 or 5 laps. So barring a caution coming out between now and the next 5 or 6 laps, we should start to see some guys starting to come in here in the next 3 or 4.
So now that raises a question. Do you pit now, get 4 tires and just enough fuel to make it to the end of the stage and pray that a caution doesn't come out? Or do you take your tires as far as you dare go and wait till as late as you can to possibly pit and get that fresh tires towards the end of the stage? Which do you do, Shady?
Oh, heck no. I'm taking 4 tires here at Darlington. If I can take them, I'm getting them.
No, I was asking if you pit now, or do you pit now, or do you pit as late as you possibly can? As it looks like we do have guys starting to go down in the pits. We've got Dark Knight as well as Hothead pitting.
Yep. I would pit with the leader. Whatever the leader pit is when I would pit. Barring that if I'm further back in the field, then I would try to time it to try to pit a lap before the leader and try to get a short pit on the leader to try to make up some time. But if I'm right up there in that top 5, I'm going to pit with the leader, get four freshies on, and take it to the rest of the stage.
I agree with you 110%. The earliest that you can pit at this racetrack, the better. Frankenstein is in the pits as well as Silenced as he drives by the camera. And Dark Knight is back underway here. So the 24 of Collins goes by, and it's a race off of pit road. And it looks like Dark Knight wins that race. with Hothead hot on his heels.
As they come into the backstretch to merge up into the backstretch, as Dark Knight will probably, looks like he's going to regain the lead as everything cycles around.
Collins is in the pits now. Death Before Dishonor is in the pits as well. Looks like King Pile is coming into the pits as he gets it slowed up just in time. Again, Silence is already pitted. Biker and Visceral Killer are in the pits now. Frankensteinson back on the racetrack. Jared still suffering from some lag issues there. Looks like he's going to come down pit road in the number 17 fifth third bank Ford Mustang. Dunlap coming out of the pits now with Biker right behind him. And yes, indeed, it looks like Dark Knight and Hothead will inherit the lead. Now with about 15 to go, and Silenced is around.
Oh no.
Silence around in turns 3 and 4, but he's able to get it back underway. Massive slide from the number 6 Ford Mustang.
Has some heavy damage to that front end, but lucky for him, we're getting ready to come down to the end of stage 2 here in just another handful of laps or so. So
Correct.
We're going to get
It looks like we actually have Death Before Dishonor leading in the number 48 Ally Chevy Camaro with Dark Knight in second and Hothead running in third. And they're all, I'd say, within about a second and a half of each other there.
And looks like we're having about, like, was it 13 to go, I think? I think we got about 13 to go. Left, 13 laps left to go as Death Before Dishonor on cruise control here with Dark in second, Hothead third, King Pile fourth, and Dunlap rounding out your top 5 here with about 12 laps to go here in stage 2.
And with that 1 lap fresher tires, you see the gap that Death Before Dishonor has pulled out on Dark Knight and Hothead as they come off of turn 2 now. What a gap on the number 8 and 88 machines.
Yeah, but that's okay. And, you know, Death Before Dishonor, he definitely wants to win this stage and take stage 1 and stage 2 and really have an opportunity to max out on points here tonight, taking stage 1. And it looks like as everything keeps going his way, he'll take stage 2. And if he can pull it off and pull out the victory and win all 3 stages, that'll max out, completely max out on points for Death, which would be the best thing that anybody could hope for or want coming in any of these races. So. Right now, Death definitely looks like the car to beat, sure.
Yep, that's right. Death looks like he's pulled out now to approximately a 2.5 to maybe 3 second lead. And I would like to apologize for the comments on the stream. I'll do my best to clear those here in just a moment, as I will now cycle around to the race camera angle and try and clear those comments here.
As Death Before Dishonor's lead now, as Dark is starting to cut into it. It was at about 2.6, now it's at 2.4, but now it's starting to kind of level out a little bit. So there's still 2.5 seconds worth of interval between Death and Dark Knight. So Death Before Dishonor definitely, he's now starting to pull away a little bit more. So that could be Dark Knight also just kind of settling in, and not trying to push it too hard to try to catch him, and just, settle it in and get to the end of the stage, which will be in about 7 laps, and get into the stage and end of the stage and go on into stage 3 and see what he's got for Death in stage 3.
Laps winding down once again. Let's cycle around here, see if we can pick up a battle here on this 1.36 mile egg-shaped oval. And it looks like Dark Knight has pulled out a gap on the 88 machine. So Dark Knight runs in second. Hothead running in the third spot. King Pile running in fourth, trying to catch up to that number 88 machine. Looks like that is the closest battle on the racetrack at this time.
It looks like
Right now, Death is on cruise control. He's got a 3-second lead over our defending champion, our defending series champion, Dark Knight, in second. So Dark Knight looks like he's just kind of, laying back. Definitely doesn't want to push it. He's sitting there riding in second. So he's going to get as many points as he can instead of pushing it a little too hard, trying to catch up and risk something happening and losing the points that he's about to get for second place in stage 2.
Silence there just ahead of our leaders as King Pile has gotten around the number 88 machine of Hothead. So move Pile up into the third position in that Smithfield Ford Mustang.
kick some ass, Pile.
Now Pile will try and see what he can do to catch up to the 8 machine of Dark Knight. To be honest, I'm not sure what he's got to try and catch up to that 8 machine, but Pile's definitely showing some long run strategy speed here tonight.
And unfortunately, and I hate to see this, but unfortunately the 12 car of Visceral has had to take it to the garage. So Visceral's night, has cut short.
That's unfortunate. Tough break for that Maytag Menards Ford Mustang. Having such a rough night, you hate to see it. Really, you just hate to see it.
Oh my god, how did it get ugly, man?
Right now, Death Before Dishonor is putting on a clinic here at Darlington, and he's just absolutely dominating. As we have 1 lap to go here in stage 2, and he's getting ready to sweep the first 2 stages here at Darlington as Death Before Dishonor. Really, really impressive run here tonight.
Would you believe me if I told you that I was actually faster than Death Before Dishonor in a race earlier this evening?
I would not believe
At
it.
Darlington?
Yes.
Well, how much nitrous oxide did you have in your car?
I will never tell. But Death Before Dishonor will come home with the stage 2 victory. It'll be Dark Knight in second. As we continue to battle, looks like King Pile will will finish in third here in stage 2 with Hothead in fourth, and fifth place going to Dunlap here at the end of stage 2. So now we get set for the run to the checkered flag here.
And this is going to be the longest of them all, stage 3. So definitely be the longest stage of them all. So we'll see if anybody's going to have anything for that number 48 car. But there's still a lot of racing left. It's good to see these guys really start to settle in. At the beginning of the race, these guys, like I said earlier, these guys just seemed that they were so amped up being off for the past couple of weeks. They were just so excited, so amped up, ready to go, and led to a few cautions here. But things are really, really settled down and settled in, and having a really, really good race. But also playing right into the hands of Death Before Dishonor, as he's starting. Looks like he's starting on the reset fourth, as he's now right behind the 88 car of Rye. But sure enough, I certainly put the money on that 48 will be back up there battling for the lead here in a couple of laps.
At this point, it's really hard not to. Back underway here at Darlington Raceway as the number 8 machine of Dark Knight leads the 14 of King Pile. King Pile with a run off of turn 2. See if he can make anything with it. Try to close that gap to the 8 Childress Vineyards machine. But looks like not happening this time. That gap right now looking like it's holding steady at about 2.5 car lengths coming off of turn 4. Death Before Dishonors made his way back up into the 3rd spot. Hothead in 4th. Looks like Dunlap and Silence now battling for 5th and 6th behind the 48 machine and the number 88 machine. Looks like Dunlap had to check up there a little bit. Let me cycle around here.
We got a Hornet's Nest back here with Biker, Frankensteinson, and KSJ. We got a little bit of a Hornet's Nest. Good driving by these guys. Good racing back here mid-pack.
Very easy to get involved there. And looks like we have a car around.
Oh, don't tell me.
Let me see if I can. Oh, no, it is the 2. The 2 of Frankensteinson and the 24 of Collins, unfortunately, involved.
And a caution is out.
Tough break for the number 2 and 24 machines. Frankensteinson, another one of those guys, struggling here tonight in this 50% 3 times tire wear race. So once again, Dark Knight continues to lead. King Pile running in 2nd. Death Before Dishonor has made his way up into the 3rd spot. So we get set to go back to green flag racing. Dunlap is your leader now with Dark Knight up on the top side. I wonder if
negative Ghost Rider.
Oh, sorry, that's Biker.
That is Biker, yes. My dark horse for the night.
So potentially Biker may have elected to not pit, but at the same time he has had a history of not being able to complete that pit stop selection with some sort of game glitch that that 38 machine seems to be struggling with.
Either that or he just flat out got in front, or maybe just took 2.
It could very well be.
Yeah, I think he may have taken one of the 2, but he's going to be a sitting duck here to Dark Knight if Dark Knight has 4 freshies, so he's going to lose that lead here as Pile now, and the 14 looks underneath of the 38 and is able to make the pass. Dunlap in the 32. He's the next to follow suit, so I think Biker... He looked at the short end of it and didn't get the tires and is unfortunately just falling like a rock as now Death Before Dishonor looks underneath of him as he's continuing to drop right through the field.
So yeah, 2 tires is definitely not the way to go here at Darlington Raceway. You definitely want to get 4 tires every chance that you get. So Dark Knight continues to lead. King Pile running in the 2nd spot. That's Dunlap there in 3rd with Silence in 4th. So Ford's taking up 3 out of the top 5 positions at least. And King Pile now taking a look, but not quite there to capitalize on any run there coming off of turn 2.
I'm riding now with the 48 of Death Before Dishonor and just following his line, and he just runs a real smooth line right around this track, and he is really getting around here really fast, but really smooth. He's got that 48 Chevy really hooked up nice. I mean, he's just almost at ease around this track. Really impressive. Really impressive.
Move for the lead here. King Pile down on the inside of Dark Knight heading into turns 1 and 2. Is Dark Knight going to be able to hold it? Dark Knight up in the wall.
Oh, it comes down and KS is that Dark. I'm sorry, Dunlap.
That's Dunlap, yeah. Oh, Pile now up in the wall. Silence in the back of King Pile. So now it's a 5-horse race, and it looks like Pile is going to get in the wall again. I thought he was going to end up going in the pits there. He entered the track entered the apron so tight there, so far down on the inside. But we continue under green flag racing. Dark Knight reassumes the lead with Silence now up into the second, and Death Before Dishonor now running in third.
I think Death Before Dishonor is going to have something to say before this is said and done, as he is pulled underneath it a 6-car of Silence now for second spot. So he's going to take second from Silence, and he's going to set his sights on the leader of Dark Knight.
Contact as Silence just couldn't hold it. He is around now. King Pile just barely missed him. But, Frankensteinson just drove right into the back of the number 6 machine. I think that's going to bring out a caution.
Yep, the 14 went around and hit the wall real hard.
Oh my gosh.
Pile hit the inside wall head on. Oh man, give that guy some goodies, headache powder, because he's going to need it.
Tough break for the number 6 machine as well. He was running very strong. And Darlington Raceway with that kiss of death from the lady in black. She plants her lips solidly on that one once again.
I tell you what, that was something that Biker definitely wanted to see, as Biker he didn't take all 4 that last go around, but now he's going to be able to get back into the pits and get all 4 this time. So that was a caution that that if one guy definitely needed, that was Biker. He definitely needed that one. But as we start to go green, there's our top 2 guys there. Dark Knight in the 8 going to take us to green with Death there on the outside in second. Dunlap starting third with Hothead in 4th and Biker in 5th.
Cycling back around to Dark Knight here. And it looks like Death Before Dishonor is going to make a move off of turn 2. He's down on the inside heading into turn 3.
If Death gets this lead, if Death gets this lead, it might be ball game.
Car around. Looks like the 24 and the 14 machine involved. That'll bring out another caution.
That caution is out.
I didn't see who else was involved there, but definitely the 24 machine went around, and someone got in the back of the 14. Oh, massive lag issue going on here with the 24 and the 17. Well, that's entertaining.
Yeah, a little bit. There's definitely some lag issues going on there, but back up to the front. That's that as I think Dark Knight was still able to maintain the lead as they came around for the caution flag. So we'll see what happens as they come to the green after making another round of pit stops, which I don't think they're going to do. The whole top, looks like some of our top 2 guys right now are not going to pit. So it's going to be status quo for our top 4, as our top 4 did not pit.
Back under green flag racing conditions, Dark Knight able to clear the 48 machine of Death Before Dishonor, but he had to give away, Death did, to the number 6 machine of Silence. I think Silence was the first guy who took 4 tires there, as he moves up into the second spot now.
They're picking them up and laying them down at a pretty good clip here, that we have got about 43 laps to go, so they're making quick work of this this third and final stage.
So in theory, if they were to go green for the rest of the way, I'd say 1 pit stop left in this race.
If they go green all the rest of the way, yeah, I think they would only need to take one green flag stop if it were to go green the rest of the way, but I would say we probably would have at least 1 more caution before now and then, but who knows? These guys have settled down, but once we start getting towards the end, when it really gets to go time, and guys, it's going to have to start, kind of start when to push it a little bit, kind of show, if you've got anything, you're going to have to show it, so, so that can bring out some other issues, but we'll see what happens, as right now these guys starting to get a little single file right now, as Silence, your current leader. It's good to see Silence in that 6 car with the race that he's had. He's out in our lead right now with Dunlap in 2nd, Dark in 3rd, and Death Before Dishonor in 4th.
2 laps ago, you saw it here on the stream. Silence made a move down the inside of Dark Knight as Dunlap tried to make a move on Silence heading into turn 1. But Silence made a move on Dunlap heading into turn 1. They made a little bit of contact, and Dark Knight ended up getting into the wall, forcing Dark Knight back into the 3rd spot. But Dunlap able to hang on there in 2nd, Dark Knight in 3rd, and the 48 machine of Death Before Dishonor in 4th as Silence got a little loose there coming off of turn 4. Dunlap able to take advantage, and he will move up into the lead with contact made. That's the 32 around down the inside. Dunlap just couldn't hold it down there on the bottom, I don't think. And he ends up with the short end of the stick. So Silence still leads with Dark Knight in 2nd. Nope, Dark Knight's a little bit further back. Sorry about that. Makes that Death Before Dishonor running in 2nd. And the 38 machine of Biker back up into the 3rd spot. KSJ up there in 4th as well. KSJ with a strong run last week at the Hammered Down Racing Series All-Star race at Homestead Miami Speedway. Showing that he's still got some speed in that number 21 machine.
I tell you what, I'm not sure what adjustments that 6 car of Silence made in these last pit stops, but whatever he did his car real good, because he's looking real good out there in that lead and holding his own with that number 48 right hot on his tails. So whatever adjustments that Silence has made were the right ones, as he's looking real comfortable out there in that lead, as he's holding that bottom, protecting that bottom groove. So he's not letting Death Before Dishonor stick his nose underneath of him, as he's running a real good line.
You now ride with Silence there as we head into turn 3 and 4, looking back at the 48 machine of Death Before Dishonor. He took a look high, not quite able to make a run, but here comes Death down on the inside. Death just so much stronger there in 3 and 4. Can he make it stick in 1 and 2? Oh, Silence! Oh, that was close. Ooh.
Ooh, and the 48 did a good. He almost had a run, but had to let off, and definitely lost some momentum, and allowed that 6 car to come back on the outside and retake and keep that lead, as he stays to that bottom side and not letting Death Before Dishonor stick that nose up underneath his quarter panel. So he's running a real good line and using every square inch, as the 48 now cuts real loose coming off of the corner.
Death Before Dishonor, unfortunately, getting bit again by turn 2, allowing Silence to pull away all by himself. That puts KSJ up in the 2nd spot now after he got around the 38 machine of Biker. But here comes Biker back on the inside of the 21 machine. Move him up into the 2nd spot. Dark Knight now working his way back up into 4th with Hothead right behind him. And Biker now has to go down the inside to defend against the 21 machine of KSJ. Here comes KSJ back down on the inside of turn 4. They're side by side. A little bit of contact made off of turn 4 there. Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch style.
No harm, no foul.
But all the while
makes the pass, and Biker It drops to third, but Biker's exactly where he wants to be. Has a great run going. He's in that top 5, running right now in third. His laps are starting to wind down, starting to get close here towards the end. So Biker's exactly where he wants to be right now.
Dark Knight now back up into the 4th spot as he's trying to fend off a challenge from the 48 of Death Before Dishonor, rather, as he makes a move down the inside of his teammate Hothead, coming off a turn 4 there. Oh, caution is out on the speedway.
Caution is back out.
Seeing if I could try and find the culprit here. Dunlap seems to be running all by himself. Not sure if he was involved there. Not really seeing anyone with any major damage here. As
sure what happened there? I didn't see what happened. But this would Silence did not want to see this caution come out, because Silence had a real healthy lead and had a good size interval between he and the second place car. So if this caution hurt anybody, it was that 6 car, because now they're going to be bunched all right back up again, and he's going to have to floor it to try to get some more space in between, because he definitely had some breathing room finally, as KSJ in that 21 comes down. Oh boy, they got loose.
a little bit of contact with the wall. KSJ falls back now to the 4th spot. Moving Dark Knight. Oh, Biker! Biker up into the wall there.
Hard into the wall. How Biker did not have that thing turned sideways on him, I do not know, because he hit that wall with a ton, is able to keep it straight, and we're still green.
So now move Dark Knight up into the 2nd spot. KSJ back up in the 3rd. Death Before Dishonor running in 4th, trying to hold off the number 14 machine of King Pyle, and Dunlap running in 6th as the 2 of Frankensteinson spins once again in turn 4.
Oh man, talk about some bad luck and having a rough race. That 2 car in Frankensteinson is just having a rough race. He definitely cannot wait to get out of Darlington and head to Texas next week, because he is definitely have his hands full all night long in that number 2 car.
Back underway here, or still under green, as Death Before Dishonor trying to make a move on the inside of Dark Knight off of turn 2. Good gosh, he is so strong with that run off the corner.
Yes, he is. At 48, I mean, we're at go time now, and looks like caution is out again.
Another caution.
Is back out.
Trying to cycle around to see who may have ended up. Oh, I think we found the culprits. Looks like it was the 17 of Jared and the 24 of Collins once again.
As we're starting to come down here, we're starting to really get to the end of this race. So now it is definitely go time for these guys, and these guys are really going to start pushing it. So now these, as they say, cautions breed cautions. So with these guys all bunched up, we're going to see now it getting here towards the end, and it's go time now. So we're going to see if we have any further contact incidents as we have right now.
Bikers around on the backstretch, and it looks like that is going to bring out yet another caution. Caution out once again here at Darlington Raceway.
And I'm not sure if Silence is glad to see this or he's not glad to see this, as Death Before Dishonor was all over them. As now we're to the point now we're going to have about 21 laps to go. So these guys making this pit stop, they will definitely be able to make it all the way to the end on fuel. So now we're really going to start to see some interesting strategies if we have any further cautions. Now, me personally, especially here at Darlington, if I have a chance to get 4, I'm taking it if I can. But you know, when you're a leader, it can be different issues. So we'll have to see how this plays out. But we're going to have about 21 laps to go now as we take this green flag.
Make that 16 laps to go, or excuse me, 17 laps at the start-finish line when they took the green. So Death Before Dishonor now making a move down on the inside of the 6, not quite able to get there heading into turn 3, but with a strong run off of 4 here, he's got the position heading into turn 1 on Silence in the 6.
Silence wants this win bad, man. Look at him. He wants this win bad. But Death Before Dishonor might have something to say about that. And you know the 8 car of Dark, he'll definitely want to have something to say about that. So it's going to start to get real interesting as we get closer now to about 15 laps to go now. So we're getting down now. Getting down to the end. And here we go now. Death gets underneath of the 6.
Power move by the 48 machinist. They make contact, and the 48 is around.
Oh, no.
Dark Knight's around. KSJ is around as well. That will bring out the caution. Oh, nope, we are still green.
As I'm looking now on a replay to see if I can see what happened with that. As a 6 car, oh, the 48 clipped the apron. The 48 clipped the apron and shot him right up into the wall. And that's what happened there. And the caution did not come out. But it looks like caution is out now. So caution is finally out. But that appeared to be what happened. And caution is out. So we're going to be now, when we go green, probably going to have about a dozen laps left here in the race.
Getting set to go back racing, and it looks like it's Hothead leading the field with the 24 machine of Collins in the 2nd spot.
That's King Pile in 3rd and Silenced in 4th. So now everything is changed. We got a big wreck in the back of off the green. The 24's around. A big wreck as they took the green flag. Trying to see if I can see a replay on that. As a 24 car got up into the wall and tried to hold it as much as he could. But I think everybody just ran out of room, unfortunately, and everything just stacked up. Kind of as a domino effect a little bit as everybody just kind of ran into each other. So now things are really going to get interesting as we're going to have under 10 laps to go here in this race. Now, Hothead going to lead us to green. King Pile in 2nd. Silence in 3rd. Dunlap in 4th, KSJ 5th, and Death Before Dishonor is 6th.
Hothead trying to hold off the number 6 machine of Silence off of turn 2. Silence looking to make a move heading into turn 3. Not gonna happen this time. King Pile there as well with KSJ as both the 6 and the 14 get up into the wall. Maybe charging a little bit hard. Here comes Hothead. Up high, Silence making a move down low into turn 1. Silence will clear. And there goes the 8 round of Dark Knight Dunlap involved there as well.
And the 48 got into the back. It looked like the 48 got into the back of the A car as we got under 5 laps to go now.
No, this is important.
Trying to get a replay on that.
The yard sale.
Oh, as the oh no, what happened was the 21 car got it hit into the wall and came down on the 8 car. I thought there was contact before between the 48 and the 8, but there wasn't. It was just that close, but the 8 car got sideways after the 21 car bounced off of the wall. So we've got to about 3 laps to go here now, Canute, so take us to the end here, pal.
Biker, a little bit of contact further back. Death Before Dishonor making his way up through the field on the inside of Biker, and it looks like he will clear heading into turns 1 and 2, but will it be enough? Let's cycle back around to the 6 machine. Our leader, Silenced, leading King Pile there in the 2nd spot in that 14 Smithfield Ford Mustang. How many laps to go have we got now? 2 or 3?
Looks like we're going to have, I think, it's either 2 or 3 laps to go. So we're here at the end. And if Silence keeps it and nothing happens, Silence is going to take this home.
Through turns 3 and 4 they come. Does King Pile or KSJ have anything for him in this last 2 laps here? Silence off into turns 1 and 2. He's got about a 8 to 10 car length lead now on the 14 machine. And King Pile has approximately, that lead is starting to get bigger as someone ended up in the wall back there in the backstretch. Was that Biker perhaps? Or Dunlap? But they come off at turn 4.
1 lap to go. White flag out. 1 lap to go.
One more trip around this egg-shaped 1.36 mile speedway. Silence off of turn 2. Able to keep it straight through turns 3 and 4. Half a mile to go. KSJ not able to hold off a charge from the 48 machine of Death Before Dishonor. And Silenced will come home with the checkered flag once again. King Pile in 2nd and Death Before Dishonor in 3rd.
Wow, what a race, man. What a race.
Squirted.
Wow, what a race. Congratulations to the Silence in that 6 car with a huge win, a big win, and a huge congratulations to Pile for finishing 2nd after all the issues that he fought through and getting caught up in so much trouble and so many issues on the track, gets a 2nd place finish. That is a victory and a win in all in itself, so congratulations to Pile coming home in 2nd. And Death Before Dishonor gets a big points night as he wins the first 2 stages and finishes 3rd here in the end of the race, as he had a big points night. Congratulations to all 3 of these guys. I'm going to have to let you take over the interviews, Canute. I'm going to have to head on out, so I'm going to wish you all a wonderful night. And had a heck of a race, but I will definitely see you back in the booth next Friday at Texas, my friend.
All right, thank you for joining me there, Shady. I will back out here for just a moment as I send out invites for the chat here. Give me just a brief moment. Excellent race by these Cup guys here. Like I said, just give me a moment. I've got to invite both Silence as well as King Pile to the room here.
Can you not do this
Once
right
again,
now?
Silence wins with King Pile in 2nd.
I'm overwhelmed. He's almost done.
Just waiting on our winner and second place drivers to join the booth.
You're not done yet.
Once again, we are getting ready for Texas Motor Speedway next week. I'd like to remind you guys that tomorrow night will be the Truck Series race from Darlington Raceway,
I'm not that
as the pickups will take on this 1.3 mile racetrack.
carpet with our taxes, perhaps? Oh, you keep changing what you want. No, I'm adding things to the list.
Silence! Once again, congratulations! You look like you may have had a little bit of trouble there during the race. Maybe, do you think that on a heads-up situation, do you think that Death would have had anything for you there?
He definitely had a stronger car, hands down. My car, the track was very, very, very tight for my car anyways. In the first half of the race, and I kept on messing with it when we had cautions or, pit stops and things like that. And I finally got it to where it could rotate, but it was rotating just a little bit too much on the restarts and things like that. But I'll be honest with you, I was very aggravated. Like, I usually don't get mad with my own performance and my mistakes, but I was pretty upset with myself. And, I muted my mic because, I have a PlayStation 5, so I muted my mic and, I needed to concentrate on what was going on in front of me and kind of give myself a little bit of a clear head so that I can maintain focus and focus on picking the next guy off one by one, because that's how it is at Darlington, right?
Yeah, Darlington is definitely one of those tracks that can really get to your head, and you look like you just once you got rolling, you just persevered and pulled away from everybody else. So what do you think you got for them next week at Texas Motor Speedway?
Texas, I'm not going to say that I can win it, but in Season 3 I was pretty close to it. I definitely feel like I'm confident in saying that I have a top 3, maybe a top 5 car next week. But I'm not worried about myself winning until it comes playoff time, if it came down to it, I wouldn't necessarily let my teammates win, but, they would need it more than me, so.
Well, thank you so much, Silence. Once again, congratulations. I believe this is is this the second or third win for you so far this season?
No, this is my first win of this season. I won 2
oh my gosh.
last season.
Good grief. It feels like it's your second or third, but still, congratulations. I'm not going to say that you tamed Darlington, but you definitely had the best dance with her tonight. So congratulations there.
Thank you, man.
All right, so we got King. Congratulations on a great strong run there, Pyle. You've been struggling a little bit for the past couple of seasons, but you almost had it here. Very strong car. Tell us about it tonight.
Yeah, I had a very, very strong car. I had a little mishaps, a little troubles early on in the middle of the race, but once I got towards underneath the 10 laps, I was in place to put myself in that position to try to make the win, to do it. But on that last restart, I was trying everything to catch my team captain and to see if I can do something with him, because I dang sure if I would have got to him, I was definitely going to rattle his little cage.
Yeah, I'm sure there were a lot of...
Congratulations there, teammate, and on and upward to Texas, and I know I've got something for the boys at Texas. So
I'm
watch
sure.
out.
I'm sure there were a lot of cages rattled there tonight. I was about to ask, how was it there in the pack with so many cars running so well, so tight? Did you find any particular struggles? What would you say was the most difficult part running this race here?
Basically, when the hardest part is when you get on at least about 60%, 50% tires. And that's when you're starting to see, you're getting screaming loose coming off the corners. You're hitting that turn two glitch just a little bit. You've seen that throughout the race. So I had to. What really helped my car is to go over that transition, to go over turn two is actually I went down on my tire pressures. I started at 20 and I actually finished the race tonight at 18s.
Well, once
Yeah,
again,
the hell with that.
well, congratulations once again on a strong run. Death Before Dishonor with a very strong run as well tonight. Unfortunately, he's not able to join us because he's still without a mic. But you know what? Maybe we'll get to talk to him in the future. That's gonna do it for us here tonight here on HDRS2. Once again, tomorrow night is the truck series race at Darlington Raceway, and next week all three series will be taking on Texas Motor Speedway. Everything is bigger in Texas. That will do it. Once again, that will do it for us tonight here. Let's have a fantastic Labor Day weekend, everybody. See ya.
Everything's bigger in Texas except the rights. And